Hello everybody. Today in this video I'm going to be talking about ABBA circuits and ABCCBA circuits. I feel like they're not that well explained in videos that are already made, and they're one of the key components of many zero-tick doors. First, we'll start with ABCCBA circuits and then move on to ABBA circuits, and then at the end we'll talk about how they're used in zero-tick doors. First, we have this horizontal ABCCBA circuit that uses these little modules to create the zero ticks. The way these work is when the game is frozen and you zero tick this piston, what will happen is it will get zero ticked right here, which then powers this, which then buds this, which then pushes this away, which means that this will start retracting. So if I step a tick, you can see that it starts retracting there, and this also gets zero ticked there, and it just continues down the line. Pistons are here to give block event delay, because although sometimes it will work with a no block there, that might be locational. Pistons here just to update the upper pistons, and then the same right here. In a previous video, I had this system with this block over here and a target block here. This setup is locational because this dust can update this piston before it gets updated by this, which could make it not work. So just always make sure to have it like that. And then you don't even need a target block there. How you build this is actually quite simple if you can't already tell from just looking at it. I normally like to start with having a redstone block and then just putting a piston into it, and then just having a block like that. Then you have to build the next set of the module like this, and then make sure you just add the updated pistons. Then you have to add the module that receives the block from the bottom and puts it back to an output like that. It's pretty simple, just like this. And then you just have to add the line that takes the signal and moves it to the top. With updated pistons. And then this one is just exactly like the beginning, with a piston right here, a redstone block, and then just another piston. Moving on, now we have a vertical ABCCBA circuit designed by ABBA7. This setup uses vertical, downward, and upward zero tick reps that are chained together so they update correctly. And you can add boat to this to make it so it's 3 game tick reset. This one's a bit more complicated to understand, but basically, if you freeze the game, zero tick this, what's going to happen is it's going to do its normal zero tick rep things. The signal will travel up here, it'll bud this piston, it'll get updated by this one. But also the signal will travel up here to this target block, which then will zero tick this down, which then will be updated by this piston, and also update these note blocks, which then will update this one, which then will do zero tick rep things like normal. This right here has to be a slab so that the signal does not travel back down and power this one. So if I unfreeze the game, everything zero ticks. How you build this one is a bit more complicated, so I'll show you. We'll start with the first repeater right here. Sticky piston, redstone block, to another piston. This can be a sticky piston, but that'll just make it so the redstone block technically stays right here, but it doesn't really matter. Then we take the signal out, put a slab into a block that buds the piston, update it, add the dust, then add the next repeater. Piston, block above, note block. Then we can add this right here with the target block. Then we can build the final repeater. with a block here and a block here. Remember to put the note block at the bottom. Now it should work. You can also expand these for however many repeaters you want. So you could add another downward one like this. You would just have to add another slab right here into a target block with a block above. See, now it works. And if I power it from this side, it works as well. So then technically this would be an ABCDCBA. That's a mouthful. Moving on to ABBA circuits. So these only have 2 zero-tick outputs, and they therefore are a bit smaller. This first one looks a lot like the first one I talked about, except it only has 2 outputs, like I said before. It's the same ABBA module, and then just a little thing at the bottom to make the last output work. Freeze the game. Works just like that. This one is actually quite simple, but it has a couple hidden things that make it a bit harder. Start with the redstone block. Piston pushing into it. Redstone block on top. Sticky piston right there. Just your normal ABBA module right here. Dust updater pistons. Then you actually go down a layer, so you're pretty much just building the same thing over again. But then where it gets tricky is how you update both things. If it was only going one way, you could update it like this, and as you can see, if I freeze the game and step a tick, it'll work. But can you see what's going to happen when I power it from this side? Nothing, exactly, because this signal is not traveling up to this piston. So what we have to do is we have to add a system that does that. All we gotta do is just move the signal up, butting the piston and updating it. Now we can power it from both sides and it'll work. Now, as you can see, this is similar to the second example as well, except it only has 2 repeaters and not 3. It's pretty much exactly the same, so if you want a tutorial on it, just skip back in the video to that. Some examples of the use of ABBAs, or if I extend these pulses like this, and say I have a system that is going to do this, and I'll put that block there and that block there. Now, if I freeze the game, you can see that instantly this block goes there and this block goes there. So now if I do it from the other side, it's going to do it in reverse, because we can't pull this block first without pulling this one away first. So freeze the game, set the system off, and boom. That is the good thing about block event delay. It allows things to happen at the same time. You can have the same setup, the ABCCBA over here. I just drag these pulses out a bit. First piston is going to be like this, second like this, and then we would just put a third right here. So now, if I get 3 different colors of wool, say this, this, and this, get the pulses to where they're going to go. Now, if I freeze the game, boom, instantly there. And that was 3 blocks going at once. A good use of these circuits is indoors. Over here, we have the classic instant 3x3 layout that is seamless. A non-seamless layout would look like this. It basically just removes this bit up here and just has it right here. But as you can see, it's not seamless. The order for this layout is as follows. This one and this one go at the same bed. Then you have this one and this one. Then you just have a basic ABCCBA with this one, then this one. and all the rest of these can go on any of the block event delay pulses. And then for the opening, these could go during any time, but most people like to have them in sync with the first move. Then you just have the refiring of the ABCCBA. And then 3 game ticks later, this would fire, and this would fire. And then for the next bed, it would be this and this. That is a lot simpler than this, which has the folded double piston extender hidden away with a sequence like this. I will put up on screen the letters for each of the circuits to make it easier to understand. For instance, this will have an A on it, this will have a B, and this will have a C. And then the next circuit in this would be an ABBA, and it would be, this would be on A, and this would be on A, and then this would be on B, and this would be on B. And then for the last ABBA circuit, this would be A, B, and C. And then everything just fires in reverse with 3 game ticks after every sequence of piston moves. So this would be C, B, A, then 3 game tick delay to fire the ABBA. Then it would be this on B, B, A, another 3 game tick delay, and then the last ABBA would fire in reverse order. C, B, A. And then you have an instant close, 0.45 seamless, 3x3 door. If you enjoyed this video, drop me a like, drop me a sub. If you have any ideas for other videos I can make regarding zero ticks, drop me a comment. Other than that, see ya.